Welcome to another Indie Dev Showcase, highlighting the many indie games we play here on the channel. If you'd like to submit a game for a future video, please reach out. But otherwise, let's begin. We are starting things off with Die in the Dungeon. This is a dice building roguelike. The game launched into early access in February of 2025, and what you see may not represent the current version. This is a dungeon crawler where you must use the power of dice in order to defeat your foes and try not to die in the dungeon. How this one works is that each turn you'll roll different dice. The dice will have various properties, such as doing attacks, giving you defense, or modifying other aspects of the board. You can only play so many dice per turn, and the idea, of course, is to try and get the largest combo that you can, mitigating the enemy's attacks, and see if you can boost certain spots on your little board to get maximum damage. Win, and you'll be able to acquire new dice, or upgrade the faces of your existing dice. And it kind of follows in that kind of like escalation and scale, almost similar to that of Backpack Hero, in that you're trying to figure out what combination will work best for you. There's of course artifacts / passives that you can pick up, and the game will grow and escalate from there. All in all, it's a really great concept as far as roguelikes go. The updates that they're planning will be adding in more events, more dice, and of course improving the GUI, which it can be a little bit tricky in terms of figuring out how you're supposed to be placing things or what the enemy is going to be doing. Still, this game shows a lot of promise and potential if you're in the mood for some dice building to go with your rogueliking. And now we go to Maiden Spell. Earlier this year we checked out the sequel, which was Rapid & Steel, and this was the first game from the developer, or the first one in this series. This is a magical girl bullet hell fighting game, I suppose. It's up to you to take your magical girl of choice into a variety of battles with other magical girls and try not to get hit by the billions and billions of bullets that are coming your way. Each character has access to different attacks, including an ultimate, as well as a shot type. And then you're just going to do all that bullet helling that you've come to know and love, trying to dodge all the different patterns, and of course the myriad of desperation phases. Now, you can play this in a story mode or in kind of a versus with a friend. And all in all, I think this is a very solid game. This is challenging bullet hell, of course. And I believe the footage you're seeing is being played on one of the lower difficulties, but it can get much harder than what you're seeing. So if you are a fan of bullet hells and looking for a very magical take on the formula, then give this one a try. And now we go to, hope I say this right, Novus Orbis. This is a deck building roguelike that is in early access, and of course, what you see may not represent the current version of it. Nevertheless, this is a deck building roguelike where you are exploring kind of broken realities and dimensions, looking for cards, loot, and of course, fighting monsters along the way. The game's unique selling point is it features a combo system as well as a turn system. So, you can play cards within a combo. They'll have a number that designates like which position they want to be best played at, going from 0, 1, 2, 3, and so on. By playing cards in the correct order, they'll gain a boosted effect based on the card at hand. Now, every time you play a card, the enemy has a countdown timer. That is a number on the right hand side of their health bar. When the turn hits 0, the timer hits 0, the enemy will attack. And they can even attack in the middle of your own turn. So it kind of operates very similar to that of almost fighting was like the Time Eater from Slay the Spire. That you can play a lot of cards, but if you're not properly planning, the enemy's just going to rip you apart when you hit their timers. There are going to be multiple characters, each with their own style of decks, style of cards, and you get the picture. And this looks like a very solid one. Now, the footage you're seeing is being played right when the game hit early access at the earlier of 2025, and I don't know what has been added since. Still, if you are a deck building fan, I would certainly give this one a try, or at least keep an eye out for when it hits 1.0. And now we go to Urban Myth Dissolution Center. This is a horror visual novel where you play a woman who apparently has the power to sense and see otherworldly things, and she has unwittingly gotten a job at an association that investigates and tries to solve cases surrounding ghosts, spirits, SCPs, and cursed objects. So your mission is to explore each case, learn about what is going on, and try to make deductions as to what it is you're going up against and how to stop it. I really like the pixel art in this, especially when they go into kind of like an animation for very spooky events. Now, the gameplay from what we played is definitely more in line with a visual novel, so if you're looking for breakneck shooting and horrors all around, this is not going to be that game. It blends more into like a visual novel, almost like puzzle adventure atmosphere. In each area, you'll look for items and clues that you'll then try and connect in order to make deductions as to what the object is, why it's doing something, and of course hopefully try and stop it before it kills you and everyone around. We didn't get to see again like anything that's like more like gameplay interactivity in the demo, but it certainly has some style and spookiness to go around. So if you're in the mood for some very pixelated and interesting horror adventuring, then definitely give this one a try. And we leave the spookiness for some cute platforming with Grapple Dog Cosmic Canines. This is the sequel to the first game, where you'll be using the power of a grapple hook in order to collect lots of items and get through a variety of stages. The multiverse is now in trouble. It's up to Pablo and a newcomer in order to run, jump, swing, and platform around in order to save the day. When you're playing as Pablo, the controls and general gameplay remain the same. You have access to your bounce as well as the grapple hook that you can use to grapple to most surfaces, which you can then swing and jump to your heart's content. Our newcomer uses a kind of dash maneuver and a gun, and plays a little bit differently, of course, for their levels. And the setup here is that each stage has to be played twice. You have, of course, different routes to go to, or different pathing. One with Pablo and one with the other character. And you'll, of course, have different environmental designs, different levels, obstacles, and so on that you must clear. I would say in terms of difficulty, this would be maybe moderate to moderately easy. This is not like super hardcore platforming. And if you've played any, of course, 2D platformer, you should be well acquainted to what you're going to be doing. There is, of course, a decent variety of levels, bosses, and more to uncover, and I found this one to be quite adorable to play. So if you're in the mood for some grappling and dashing, I would certainly give this one a try. And for the last game of this week's showcase, we have Rabbit Hole. This is a very challenging, side-scrolling roguelike shooter. You have been brought to a mysterious place known as the Rabbit Hole. In order to get out, you must collect lots of guns, shoot lots of things, and of course fight a variety of ladies all out to get you. Our gameplay is that you'll start each run with a different character once you unlock them, but your main thing is going to be finding different weapons. Each weapon will have different attributes related to fire rate, damage, bullets, and so on and so forth. You have a melee you can also use, and you must go from left to right and try and get through all the different stages. Items will of course be randomly chosen or randomly shuffled as you play, and this one is quite challenging. Enemies do a variety of damage, and I found kind of your defensive move to be like a little bit awkward. You're going to more often than not accidentally run into an enemy when you're trying to dodge their attack and end up taking a hit. As you play, you'll be able to unlock additional weapons that can show up, and it really comes down to just being able to learn how the game moves, or how the physics are going to relate to getting around and dodging enemy attacks. Once you get kind of used to the dodge roll, and can avoid bumping into enemies, you should be well on your way to mastering this game. As a bonus, this is also completely free. Yep, you can download this game right now, and there is no cost for it. So if you are a fan of 2D shooting and looking for a very challenging take, then it's a very easy recommendation. And with that, we wrap up another indie showcase. Let me know what you think about these games down below. If you'd like me to tickle your game for a future one, be sure to get in touch. And with that, come back for more discussions and more talks on game design here, coming real soon. Thanks for watching, and a special thank you to our Patreon supporters. If you enjoyed the video, do the YouTubing stuff, be sure to visit our Discord and Patreon, and if you're interested in more in my thoughts on design, check out my game design books.